I'm trying to see. Okay, it should be live. Let me see.
It says it's live. It says it's live.
No, I'm trying to see. Is it on the page? Let me see. Y'all give me a second. It's my first time working this. Let me look on here. Because I might have to put the link in there. Oh, it's on there. It's on there. I
Oh,
see it.
okay.
Okay.
Well,
Hold on. Okay, there it is. Now let me share it to my page. How y'all doing? Okay, I got two. Share. Let's see. All right. Did I share it to the same page? Hey y'all, give me a second. I'm about to share this to my main page and then give people a couple of minutes to get in. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna share the link and then I'll be ready. Let me put it on my other page. And let's see what it do. No, that ain't it. I don't know how to get it on my main page. Hmm. I don't know. How y'all doing? I'm trying to see how to share it to my main page. Maybe I can figure it out later. So we can get started. I don't know how to get it over there. Let me try this. Yeah, if this don't work. Okay, let's see. See, they don't see it because it ain't on my main page. Let me try to get
your
it on
main
there.
Facebook.
Yeah, my main. This is on my. Okay, let me see if this works. Okay, I'm finna to be on there now. I found a way. All right, let's see. How y'all doing? Okay, they tuning in. I see my people coming in. Okay, let's see. Okay, there we go. All right, how y'all doing? It's that girl Shei Atkins. Doing something new that God put in my heart to do. Um, as you can see, this is Desean Menefee. I call him Shawn. Um, to give you a little backstory, I met him a few years ago. It's been probably about, I don't even know, up to 10 years ago.
I'm about
It's been a
10.
while.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
But I met him, and he became like family. And he comes to events, the barbecues. He's the barbecue man. He does his thing. And this past Sunday, we had some barbecue and stuff. He was doing his thing, and I heard him and my sister talking about the love languages and what his love language was. And it was words of affirmation. I could hear them saying. So I had a question that I wanted to ask him. So I got him, to himself, and I wanted to know, do you know that your existence is evidence of your significance? And he said, no. I say, your existence is enough to validate who you are. But a lot of times, our background, our history, uh, we didn't have an environment. We didn't grow up in an environment where we felt validated, nurtured, or loved. And so we got into his story. And I really, as we were talking, I really even didn't finish because I wanted him to know that he matters, and I wanted him to share his story. And just to give people insight into how we all come from different backgrounds and we all don't have the same backgrounds. We all didn't come from a nurturing home. And it's so important to love and have compassion for people. So I wanted him to share his story. So Shawn, um, tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Good evening, everybody, audience and guests. My name is Shawn. I'm 34, born and raised in Houston, Texas, Southwest to be exact. A father of four, three boys and a daughter. And as she was saying that pretty much my life, well, it ain't been the best life of 34 years, but as I got older and met different people, you know, um, it became a little bit better. Like I said, I'm the oldest of four boys, so I'm like uh my mother, besides my father, it was my brother's dad. They have the same dad, so uh our relationship was pretty much strained the whole time from my birth up until now because of not only her own problems that she had just with life, but pretty much I guess you could say her resentment towards my father against me. Because pretty much growing up, my mama she showed a lot of favoritism towards my brothers over me. Like she pretty much didn't treat us the same, and I pretty much some will look at it as like, well, maybe she was doing it because you were the oldest, but me, that's just you on the outside looking in. Me being there, I know a lot of it was just because her hatred towards my father, she just took it out on me, which is the reason she treated us different. Um, like I said, my mom, she had problems herself. Like she was in the street, she was a avid drug user, so it caused me to actually be mature faster than I probably was supposed to. Like
Hmm.
like I said, I have three brothers, so when my mom would be on her binges or whatever, it forced me to have to, learn to cook for me and my brothers, make sure they
Hmm.
diapers are changed and different stuff like that. So by the time I was like 6 or 7, I was already going to the store, shopping for me and my family, just doing stuff that a normal 6 or 7 year old probably shouldn't be doing at that age. So I was back and forth from my mother to my grandmother. Like my grandmother, Lord rest her soul, she had a lot of dealing in my upbringing because of the problems with my mama. So when my mom would be going through her things, my grandmother would just come take me from her and I'll go live with her. Then when my mama stop going through what she going through, then she'll be like, well, I want to come pick up my child. And
Mhm.
so there was a lot of problems too.
So how did you feel
Um,
as a child? Like how were
I
you
mean,
feeling?
as a child, of course, you don't know what's really going on, but the more you're around people and you see your mama getting into it with other family members about the things she doing and stuff, you start to pick up on that and start realizing, oh, like, okay. So like when I was 6 years old, because my family really from Third Ward, when I was 6 years old, a little bit after my grandfather died, like my mom, she was still going through her issues. And my grandmother bought a house on the Southwest, and she basically took me from my mother because my mother just wanted to run the streets with me, but she didn't want to let me go. But my granny, she wasn't having it. She was like,
Mhm.
no, you can do whatever you want to do. But once you get yourself clean, then you can come get him. But for now, he's not about to be out here with you. I remember that day like it was yesterday, because that was like, that actually did hurt me, because it's like, man, I want to go with my granny, but I don't want to leave my mama, you know?
Right.
So I ended up moving to the Southwest. Granny bought a house, she got me in school. My granny did a lot. Even when I was a baby, my mom, when she was going through that, my granny literally took me from my mother then as an infant. And
Wow.
like, it was just crazy.
Now let me ask you this.
But growing up,
Oh. Oh, let me ask you this.
nah,
Do,
go ahead.
um do you know what happened for her to hate your father so much to where you feel like she was taking it out on you?
I don't know exactly what happened, but from what elders in my family, uncles, and say, it's pretty much my pops. He didn't have a problem with me. He just didn't want to be with my mom. He just
Have you
didn't
ever
want to
met him
be with her.
before?
No. When
Do
I
you
was
know who
growing
he
up,
is?
I have an idea of his name, and I met. Oh, oh Lord, oh Lord, oh what happened? Oh Lord, my bad. That my phone. I met my
Okay.
uncle. I met my uncle before. I met my uncle quite a few times. My uncle is still around, but he in the streets too, so I can't really ask him much about where my pops is or any of my family, my other side of my family.
Hmm.
So as I was saying, like my uncles, from what they tell me, it was pretty much my daddy didn't want to be with my mom. So he would come and try to visit me at my granny's, and when I would be with my mama, and my mama wouldn't let him see me. Like she would tell him no and this and that. So
Mhm.
a lot of my uncles just be like, man, your mama, your daddy, he wasn't a bad guy. He just didn't want to be with your mama, and that's why your mama treated you the way she did.
Mm.
And so, like growing up, like I said, our relationships have always been strange. It was like pretty much if it wasn't in benefit, and it's still to this day, and I'm 34 years old, still
Mhm.
to this day, if it doesn't benefit my mama, then she really don't care. Like growing up, I would ask about my daddy. Like still to this day, if I even mention anything about my father, like mama, she gets like furious.
Mm.
Like you
Wow.
ain't got no daddy. Like I don't want to talk about that. Woo, 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 woo. Like it's something that I had to learn to just accept. Like especially since I seen how much it frustrated her to even speak of him.
Wow.
You
Nobody
know,
know his name.
I mean, yes, like I said, I know his name, but
Oh.
I mean it's so many people with that name. How am I supposed to know? Okay, if you don't have a face with a name,
Yeah.
you know,
So do you feel like, or did you grow up feeling like something was missing?
of course, everything was missing. My daddy was missing. The love from my mama was missing. Like I said, it's hurtful when you try to ask about your father and it frustrates your mother so much that she probably gonna beat your ass if you keep speaking about it. Like
Wow.
me and my mama, man, it was so still to where like my mama stabbed me on Mother's Day when I was 14. So
Wow.
that's how like deep my mama hatred was
Really?
toward. No, seriously. Like I said, this is not something I just share on this level. This is the first time. But as far as people like I'm close to you, AJ, people like that, they know. Like these are stories that they know of. They're
Yeah.
like, man, I could tell you many days when my mama just would be angry and I don't even know why she mad. But yeah, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably gonna get my ass beat and not even know why I'm getting my ass beat. But and so a lot of my life, if I wasn't staying with my grandmother by the time I was like 11 or 12, my mama was literally kicking me out the house, like, grab your shit and get up out my house. So that's how I was able to like experience homelessness so much growing up because shit, my mama was kicking me out. And if you don't know where to go, you just don't figure it out.
So you was homeless as a teenager?
Teenagers, pretty much all my teenage years up until I was able to start, taking care of myself, get a job, or just hustling or whatever I could do to, you know, support myself. But I've met a lot of awesome people from those days, up like I spent a lot of time homeless, but it was never for long periods of time.
Yeah.
Like I would always figure it out.
I can imagine, life is all about survival at this point.
Pretty much.
And is it
Pretty much.
still, do it feel like you still trying to survive right now?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Like I told you Sunday in our first conversation, like I have days to where, you know, I try to something I do now that I didn't used to do growing up. I I used to be negative, like really negative. And that's because of all the negative things that I've been through and that I went through. So I would have no choice but to have a negative attitude on anything. But as I
Mm,
got older, I started realizing, and people used to tell me, like, you get what you put out into the universe. So if you always thinking negative or expecting negative, then 9 times out of 10, that's what you're gonna get back. And once I decided to start like changing my outlook on life, despite of what I may be going through or what I've been through, if I kept a positive attitude, then things would probably get better. And they did. I mean, things were not always the best, but once I started looking at, like I said, the things that I did have that I could be grateful for, like, okay, you may be homeless, but you got partners who you can go spend the night at their house. You got people who will let you come crash here and there. You know what I'm saying? You got
mm.
people who will put some money in your pocket. Like once I started looking at those things, despite all the negative things, it always gave me a sense of like, okay, it's fucked up for you right now, but you got people in your corner and got people down with you. Wait, they ain't gonna give it everything to you, but you're gonna have to put in your own work also. But you have people who are also gonna support and back you.
That's right. So do you have, like, what do you do with that pain? That pain,
Hold
like,
on,
does
I,
it
I
still,
can't hear you. What was that?
can you hear me?
Someone actually called, but hold on, Mike.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
I need.
Huh? Can you hear me
Hello.
now?
I'm gonna have to listen to you from here.
You can.
Now, what was it?
Oh, I was just asking, what do you do? How do you deal with the pain from your past? Like, is it still bothering
What?
you today? Can you hear me?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
I probably need some headphones. But you was asking, how do I deal with the pain?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I had my ways when I was growing up. I had my weed, I had my
Mm.
pills, or whatever, and But of course, that wasn't deal with it. Mostly smoking, doing whatever extracurricular activities that would help mask the pain. You know,
Mhm. Yeah.
not saying that it was a positive thing to do, but that's just how I learned to cope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause
Yeah.
like I said, had I not had something to help it, I probably would have killed myself 100 times over.
Have you
Like,
ever
I
tried?
mean, huh?
Have you ever tried to kill yourself?
I've had I've had numerous suicide attempts growing up, but I only had like one near fatal one when I was 18. Like
Mhm.
my mom, she used to get prescription Xanax, and so one day I had spent the night at her house the day before. Me and this chick that I was going with, you know, we had a pretty cool night before, and my mom she got full of her little Xanax or whatever, and so one day the night once we spent the night, it was all cool. But like the next morning, my mom used to get on Xanax and wake up with bad attitudes the next day. So one day she had woke up after being on Xanax the night before, and she basically just woke up spazzing on me. Like I said, I was already homeless, going through stuff with the chick I was with,
Mhm.
and I thought this was a place of refuge because my mama told me we could spend the night or whatever. But she woke up
Mhm.
the next morning and just started spazzing, like just showing you this and that, just doing her regular negative routine. And I
Mhm.
just said, "Fuck it, man! Like I'm tired of this." And I just went to her safe. She used to keep her pills in the safe, and I
Mhm.
just took a pill bottle and I went in the restroom. I was getting ready to take a shower to get ready for my day, and I just started I just started downing the pills, just eating them and drinking water behind them.
Mm.
So after I felt like I got enough of them. I hopped in the shower, and probably not even 3 minutes after getting in the shower, I just collapsed. And the chick that I was with, she had to kick in the door and pull me out. And
Mm.
supposedly, like we were wrestling or fighting, and my mother thought I was playing. And so the
Mhm.
chick had to tell her, like, nah, Miss Vanessa, you need to call the ambulance because he's about to die.
Mm.
So by this time I didn't came back too, but I didn't went back to my mom's safe and I grabbed more pills. And I never
Wow.
forget because my homie Nick T, I had two homies that stayed over there in my mom's apartments that I was real close to. I had this white boy named Jeff and my homie Nick T.
Mhm.
Like they didn't came up there and like, what's wrong? Woo, woo. And they seen I had the pills or whatever. And I was like, man, I was crying and just tripping. I'm like, bro, I'm tired of this shit. Like, I'm tired. I don't want to be here. This shit is they like, man, bro, just chill out. Like, let me have those pills. And I didn't want to give them to them. And they was like, man, look, bro, I promise you I ain't gonna let nothing happen to you. Like, if we chill with you, you gonna go try to throw the pills up. And I was like, fuck it. So we went back to the restroom, tried to get me to throw them up, but they wouldn't come up. And by this time, the ambulance then got there and they was like, we need to rush him to the hospital because by the time I got to the hospital though, like I had went brain dead because I was
Wow.
fighting the staph and like my brain just shut down. So,
Wow.
you know, that
Wow.
was
You made
that
it
was
out.
an experience that I would hope not to go through again.
I know. And what have you ever? So you say that was not the only attempt, but that was the worst attempt.
Yeah, that was the worst one. All the other attempts were like just minor, you know, minor just pretty much anger and you know, just again trying to find a way to escape the misery.
So what is the misery from the childhood?
Huh?
I say the misery is that from the childhood that you're trying to escape the misery
What was
from.
that?
You're trying to escape the misery from the pain of your childhood.
Oh yeah, most of it. Yeah, most of it. Most of the misery is yeah. Cause again, like I said, it's kind of you gotta imagine, man, you being a kid, you feel me? And you wanting to tell your mama you love her, or like wanting to hear your mama tell you she
Yeah,
loves you, or mama, can I have a hug or a kiss? And she not wanting to do any of that. You feel
yeah.
me? Like she's not wanting to show you no type of affection. You gotta imagine what that'll do to a kid's psyche.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
Huh?
I say I can only imagine.
Yeah, you gotta imagine what that'll do to a kid's psyche. Like,
Yeah,
how I look at little kids now, and how I am with my children. Like I always kiss them, I always hug them, I let them know I
that's
love you.
good.
Like, can you imagine me wanting that type of love and hoping to see this from my mother, and she never wants to give
Yeah,
it to you, never nothing. Like
yeah,
still to this day, when I'm 34 and my mom is about to be 60 in November. If I tell my mama I love her, she can't even say I love you back. I'll be like, Mama, I love you. And she'll be like, okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
uh, okay.
yeah. I know that as you get older, you probably don't understand as a child, but as you get older, you come to understand that people can't give you what they don't have. Have you ever thought about that?
Exactly.
Yeah, people can't give you what they don't
I
have in them to
have
give.
and I do, but see what's crazy is it's crazy that you saying that she can't give what she don't have, but how could she not give what she didn't have when she got it growing up from my grandfather, from my grandmother? You feel me?
Would she say that?
Huh?
I say, would she say that?
Man, I know my grandpa loved my mama, and I know my grandmama loved my mama. My granny only had 8 kids with the same man. And my granny, she gave my mama love. Like the role my mama took in life, my mama chose to take that role in life. My mama was actually a decent person before meeting my brother's father. She was actually a decent person before meeting him. Lord rest his soul too. That he's not here, but uh I'm not saying he's the reason that my mama life uh just took a toll for the worse. He kinda is,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't say he the reason that my life took a toll for the worse. Cause had she never met him, I probably wouldn't have had to go through none of the shit I had to go through.
Mm.
But the
Maybe.
same person who caused so much turmoil in her life is also who she had the most love for. You feel me?
Yeah. I don't know.
And
I
the
think.
guy who didn't cause any turmoil in her life, which is my father, that's who she resents the most.
Mm, that might have affected in a bad way. Heartbreak ain't no joke. It might have really, took her down, especially, when we value when we value people over ourselves. When they leave our lives, it do something. Can you hear me?
I mean, yeah, it's crazy, but like I say, I don't regret any of it.
Yeah,
I don't regret any of it. I'm glad I had to go through that because again, it taught me
yeah,
survival. It
yeah,
taught me how to. The main lesson I learned from going through the things I went through with my mama is that you can't expect nobody in this world to love you. That was like the main lesson I got from this. Like, I can't expect no woman, no partner, no family members, nobody to
wow,
love me because my own mama don't even love me.
wow,
So I can't expect no one outside of myself to love me. And maybe my kids, you feel me?
wow. Do you feel worthy of love? Do you feel worthy of love from anybody
At
else
time,
besides
at
you?
times, at times I feel worthy, but if you saying in the overall sense, I don't really care. I don't
Wow.
care if someone loves me or not.
Really?
That really goes back to me having to love myself. Again, I can't expect no one else to love me. I have to love myself. And I still struggle. I still struggle with that. Like learning to love myself. I'm a little better than I was growing up and just in the past. I'm a little better at loving myself, but I'm not there yet because as I told you before, I have days to where, man, I'll wake up and it's like I ask myself, like, what the fuck am I still doing here? Like,
Wow.
like I have over within the past 7 years, maybe 7, 8 years, I done lost plenty of people just like to the streets, but a lot of people I know that I was really close to killed themselves. Like I can name about 3 or 4 people within the past 7 years who killed themselves that I
Wow.
know personally and that I was really close to, and that I use theirs. I question whoever, like, why those were great people. Like, why did you allow that to happen to them? And I've been not wanting to be here forever. Like, what are you keeping me here for? But you let them go.
Wow. And that's a good question.
Like,
That's a good question. That's a good question. And you do have purpose, and you are loved. You are valuable. You are significant. And God, He does have you here for a reason. You might not understand it right now, but He does. And you are loved.
I mean, like I said, y'all are the ones who basically gave me that hope of like, you know what, sure, you ain't that bad of a guy. It's people who love you, like I say,
Yeah.
you, AJ, your whole family,
Yeah.
AJ whole family. You
Yeah.
know, they the people who y'all the people who started making me feel like, you know what, quit being hard on yourself. Like you might not got your actual family who love you or you know what's the name, whatever. But look, you got this outside family who love you and who the love you don't get from your family or didn't get from your mom or whatever, like they show it to you. You know
Yeah.
how happy I be when I'm around y'all and just,
Yeah.
you know,
But guess what? We happy when you're around too because you have a good heart. You take a load off. Your presence, you lift burdens. You lift a load when you're around, and you can tell when Shawn is in the building. So you do matter, and you are appreciated, and it's important that you know that, in spite of what you do, you are enough. Your existence is enough. That's enough right there to let you know that you matter. And I'm praying every day that you see it because you
man,
do
like I
take a
say,
load off.
I try to wake up in a positive attitude every day. Even if I wake up and it don't seem like my day gonna go good, I still try to say, you know what? Something good gonna happen. Like all you got, I pretty much just live my life one day at a time. I don't look forward to too much
Mm.
because plenty of times I didn't look forward and expected things, and you know, it makes me feel worse when they don't happen the way I want them to. So I try not to look forward to too much. I just take life one day at a time. Whatever the day holds, or whatever, you know, whatever the day brings, I'm gonna deal with it and just try to make the best of the situation. Like I said, 2010 January, I came home from state jail, fresh out of state jail. I had a little job working with my uncle, but I ain't have no place to stay. I was living in Sharpstown Mall's parking garage
Mhm.
in the dead of winter. I was staying in a parking garage. I'll wake up 9 o'clock in the morning, go to work, bring my stuff in the building. By the time we close 9, 10 o'clock at night, pack my stuff up out the building and go straight to the parking garage and get ready to go to sleep. But though I was going through that, I still was content and happy. Like it's like, you know what? I ain't stressing. You know, I'm
Yeah.
at peace. It ain't the best. situation. But hey, I'll figure it out. I'll get up out of this one way or another.
That's right. That's right. And I think God is really uh transforming your life. Really. I'm proud of
Oh
you.
yeah, you didn't see the
I
transformation.
have seen the transformation, and that's why I want to let you know that I'm proud of you. You might not be where you want to be, but you've come a long way. And God is still transforming you. And I'm just proud of you. You just keep on pushing.
Thank you, man. Like those, look, those them words of affirmation
You
that
matter.
that
Eh,
that you know
I want
that
you to
make
know that
me
you matter.
that again makes me feel like I do matter. Like I say, that's not something I got growing up from my people or just my mama especially. Like bring
That's
good
right.
grades. I didn't get like good job or like like I didn't get those words of that gave. I didn't get the words that I needed to give me the confidence to
Yeah,
like you say to know that I am somebody.
that's right. But we can't change the past, but we can change where we going.
Now we can't. That's one thing I know we can't do. We can't
Yeah,
change the past, but
but we can
I
change the
can try
future.
to make my future better.
That's right. So I believe that you're going far. And
That's
I'm
why
just
I try to, that's why, like I say, that's why I'm so adamant on uplifting my kids and other people's kids. You see
that's
how I am
good.
with Baby Joy, like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like, like, man, look, this life, this world ain't easy, but listen, as long as you got people who love you and like I say, I tell my kids all the time how much I love them, and I kiss them, I hug them. It's like, man, I'm giving y'all something that I wish I could have got when I
Yeah,
was little.
that's
And I
beautiful.
don't ever want you to have to go through or feel like in this world. I don't want you to have to feel what I felt growing up, man, because
Yeah,
that's the worst feeling in the world.
I believe it. I believe it.
For real.
But I sure thank you for. Oh, they still listen. They say even us here listening to your story is interested in your voice. That we're still here listening to you.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all,
Yeah,
man.
they say Stephanie say you have broken that chain. We love you, Shawn.
I love you too, Stephanie.
So yeah, they love you. So I
Thank
sure
y'all.
thank you for sharing your story. And
I mean, thank you for giving me the opportunity, man. Like I said, this is the first time I ever done something like.
I
I can't
know,
even believe that I can't even because I told you how I get stage fright. I don't
yeah,
like talking in front of crowds,
yeah,
but I can't even believe that I even built up the confidence to actually let people hear this outside of immediate close ones. Like
yeah.
this is on
Wow,
this is online right now, and people
it
I don't
is.
know is watching this, so it's
Yeah,
kind of it's kind of
but
nerve wracking. But hey, like I said, I don't even care about judgment or anything
that's
because
good.
it ain't nobody shine right now but mine at the moment, so I could
I
care
hear you.
less.
Yeah, it's all about you and just sharing your story and just letting people know you can make it too. You made it through. You made it through. You still here.
I made it through, but I still have a long ways to go, man. Like
That's all right. We all do.
I ain't gonna
We all
I ain't
do.
gonna lie. I'm grateful I made 35. Like
Yes.
I didn't think I was gonna make it through my teens. I damn sure didn't
Wow.
think I was gonna make it through my 20s. Like I just knew I would probably be dead, if not by the
Wow.
streets, but by suicide by the time I got to 30. I was like, oh, I'm probably gonna be dead.
Wow.
But hey, I keep on ticking for some reason, man.
Okay. And what is your motivation right now? What is your motivation?
What's my motivation to like keep going in
Yeah.
life?
Yeah.
My kids are my main motivation. Like, despite when I first had kids, when I was young, like I had my first child when I was 22. Over the years, I still had my little attempts or whatever. But as the years went on, though I still dealt with the same problems, my focus in those attempts started lessening. Like
That's good.
now, the thoughts would still be there. The thoughts are
Yeah.
still there from time to
Yeah.
time. Like,
Yeah.
but my main motivation be like, besides my loved ones, like y'all, I know how much it would hurt y'all, but I know what it's like to lose loved ones to suicide, and I know how much that hurted me. So I be thinking to myself when I do get those thoughts, I try to block them out as fast as I can. And I say to myself, look, Shawn, you can't do that. You got 4 kids, bro.
Come
Like,
on.
if you not living here for nobody else, you have to live here for them. Because if you go and do something stupid like that, imagine how they gonna feel. You know, you didn't left them
Hmm.
here because of your own selfish needs and wants.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
didn't want to be here. Like,
Yeah.
were they not worthy enough for you to deal whatever you go through for them? Just take on all that pain, whatever, just so they can continue to see your face and not through an obituary.
I know that's right. Wow.
That's like my main motivation that
Yeah.
keeps me here.
Yeah.
But if you just said besides them, it's just I learned to appreciate breathing and life a little bit more.
That's good.
Like I said, it's days that my days be shit, but I be like, you know what, nigga, you free and
Come
you
on.
breathing still. Like you always got a chance to. There's tomorrow. If you make it through this day, there's always tomorrow. You always got a chance to make it right and get better. Like you
Yeah.
can't be quitting, bro.
That's right. Keep on pushing. Yep. It'll be revealed. You'll see it more and more. But just remember, when that enemy try to come, I'm significant because I exist. That alone. No tricks, no bending over backwards, no doing the split and back flipping. Nothing that I do makes me valuable. It's the fact that God wanted me here. My existence makes me valuable. God put his stamp of approval on me. And I wouldn't be here if he didn't want me here. And he will reveal it to me. The closer I get, the more I grow. I see it. But until then, I matter. And I'm gonna keep
That's what
on
I
being
had to
grateful.
learn.
That's right. So I'm proud of you.
That's what I had to learn. Like, man, he wants you here. Like,
That's right.
again, I don't know why. I don't know why, but hey, hopefully, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, one of my biggest things, of course, y'all know how much I like, like you say, barbecuing and just doing stuff for other people.
Yeah.
Like, I've always wanted to get into like some type of outreach program for the youth. You
Okay.
feel me? Like you
Wow.
said, to let them know, like, look, man, y'all just don't know.
Wow.
I'm over here talking to y'all, but man,
Come
if
on
y'all
now. He
just
might be
knew, and
revealing
like
it
you
to you
said,
right
if y'all
now.
just keep pushing,
Oh yeah, he might be revealing that to you, but he put that in your heart. God gives us desires. And so he might have gave you the desire to go help other youth. So if anybody know how to get an outreach going or, can share it with Shawn, send him a message and say, hey, I do this. I know how to, work with the youth, or maybe you can come talk to the youth over here. Let's reach out and help each other, lift each other up. That's why we're here. And if the opportunity come, would you be open to going to talk to the
of
youth?
course, man. Like
Okay.
I I used to live in the Covenant House, so I used to see people come up there and talk to us, and I always said that if I ever got the chance, if I can come back and talk to the youth of somewhere where I had
All
to
right
live
now.
myself, like, hey,
All right
look,
now.
man.
Don't be surprised when you get that message in your inbox. You say that's what you
I
say. Yeah, don't be ready. Yeah, this is the step. You send it out into the
look,
atmosphere. It's
I was
time.
ready for this, right?
That's right. So look at that. God ready for you. He getting you in position to speak to these youth and take a load off. That's right.
Yeah, most
So
definitely.
we ain't gonna hold the people too long because we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. But I just want to thank you once again for sharing your
I
story. You
wanna
matter. We love you.
I wanna thank you, man, because like I said, I never would have thought I would have done something like this. And you were the first person to ever even offer this type of opportunity. Like, hey, look, I want to hear, like, let me and my people hear what's going on. And like
Yeah.
that I really appreciate that.
Yeah. And so get ready because you're gonna be saying that after you get through doing your speaking engagement. Not too long from now, you're gonna be saying, I never thought I'd be standing before y'all speaking, but God. So all right, y'all. Y'all thank y'all for tuning in. And thank you for sharing your story. Send them some love. Pray for them. Keep them lifted. Sending light, love, and light to them. And we're going to keep on pushing and
I
praying
would
for
like to
them.
thank all of Shay's audience who I don't know and all my people who I do know. Appreciate y'all, even though y'all heard these stories 100 times over. But I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all, man. Like, seriously, man.
All right now. You matter, Shawn.
All right, man. Hey, peace and love, man.
All
Blessings.
right. Thank y'all for tuning in to with the self love journey conversations with Shei Atkins. Hey, we might be on to something. Until next time. Love y'all. Thank y'all.